What is up, guys? It's Brady here, and today we are back with another video. Now today we're going to be looking at the Lowe's 2021 Halloween stuff, which is now on the website. Sorry about that, excuse me. But yeah, so here is a leaked concept. I'm just gonna go straight into it, no intro. I don't want this video to be that long because I got somewhere to be soon. But yeah, this is just a leaked concept of actually the kind of front area in the store. Basically, this was found on the website, I think in March or something. I never really made a video on it. In fact, I didn't even know about it. But yeah, so I don't really know if you know what I'm talking about, but a lot of times on like the front shelf of Lowe's where they store all the Halloween stuff, there'll be kind of a little setup where they maybe have a little backdrop, an inflatable, some decorative items, and maybe even a life size. Like sometimes they had some life sizes there. But basically it's kind of like elevated up a little bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll see, because this does look like a really cool concept. But if you know, then that's great. Now, on the concept of it, I really do hope this happens. First of all, because I just really want to see the Jimmy new licensed characters in action. But also because I think this would just be really cool. It looks more like an actual theme. I mean, nothing on Spirits level or even like Halloween City or something like that. But it's definitely an improvement to Lowe's, and we're seeing a lot more new and better looking Lowe stuff this year, which is, I think the reason for that is because they're probably seeing all the success that Home Depot is having with their Halloween stuff, and they're kind of trying to do it, which I think is a good idea. But Lowe's has never really had SVI stuff, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they kind of get Jimmy, which is their main brand, to kind of help get them to that level. If that is what they're going for, that's just my theory. But this is a really cool concept. Let's get on to the props. First off, we have this toxic zombie thing, which you saw in that concept. I personally love this. I might even get it. It's like a tabletop item, but I'm guessing it'll like make sounds or something. Hopefully it's not some overused audio. And then it'll probably glow and light up. I mean, you can tell that it lights up. I think it would be cool. Pretty unlikely, but I think it would be cool if they had like a flaming effect with it, almost like the Techie Toys stuff. But I really like this. I think it's super cool. Now, this next thing is one that was a very big disappointment to me, and I think this is what was gonna be the life-size 7-foot Plague Doctor, but I think they probably last minute switched it to a Pumpkin Man. Now, I'm sure for a lot of people, this is good news because I know how much people like the pumpkin props. Honestly, I really still wanted to see a Plague Doctor just because we barely ever get to see any of those. But, you know, if there hadn't have been news of a Plague Doctor coming, I would have been super excited for this. So, I still really like this guy. Probably the best life size that they have this year. Now, he's 7 feet tall. The head turns from side to side. He has a flaming effect. And it's only $130, and, you know, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, unless the quality's horrible, which it doesn't look bad at all, for a Jimmy prop especially. So, I'm still super excited to see this guy, and who knows, I might even get him just because the price is so cheap. But, I don't know, we'll have to see about that. I don't want to say anything too quickly. But yeah, I just really like this guy. I don't really know what he's holding in his hand. I mean, I'm guessing that would have made sense on a Plague Doctor, just for like a little walking stick. But I don't know what this is going to be. I'm wondering if there might be like a little scythe part to it that they forgot to add. I don't really care. I still think this is such a big improvement for a Lowe's life size. But, yeah, I really like this. Still wish it was a Plague Doctor, but it's very cool either way. Let's get on to the next prop. Now, this is basically just the same witch we see every year, which I'm really getting tired of. If this was new, I would be super excited for it because I think the outfit looks like the best of this type of witch, but also the broom looks like garbage. But besides that, it's just the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's not a bad prop at all, but I'm just so tired of seeing this thing every single year. However, at least they don't have the werewolf anymore because that was not very good. Here is Pennywise. Now, it's Pennywise. I mean, this has been around for a few years now. I do hope it is in store because I've never gotten to see it in person, and I still would really like to, even if it's not the best Pennywise we've seen. Same thing with this Freddy Krueger Still would really like to see it in stores. And all I really have to say for these two is that I hope they're in stores. This next thing we also saw on Target's website when I discussed the Target leaks. Basically what this does is it's like, I think 5 feet tall, and the top part of the head above the jaw pops up to make it look like the mouth is really long. I personally think this looks super cool. Hopefully the quality doesn't ruin it, but I have high hopes for them this year just because I think Jimmy's finally starting to see that, like, if they keep going in the direction that they're going, then no one's going to buy their stuff anymore. So I think they're starting to get better in quality, which I'm really happy with. But yeah, I like this thing, and I think it'll be pretty cheap, just because it's not on the same quality as most of their other stuff. Like, on Target, I think it was only $80 or $100. So I think this is a really good-looking, affordable life size. Hopefully the quality isn't bad. This is really strange because it looks like a party time costume prop, but what it is it's a zombie torso. This looks very similar to something that was a Spirit Halloween prototype from Party Time Costume, so I think this is like 99% Party Time Costume, unless Jimmy just completely stole the design, which I doubt. But another thing, I hope this is in person, because a lot of these leaks I didn't get from the website, I got like from Discord servers and stuff. So I think what this easily could be is just one of those haunted hill props. However, this wasn't the concept, so I do trust that this might be in stores. But yeah, I really like this. Not something like I'd get or anything, but it's still cool, especially for Lowe's. Now we're on to the hanging props, and what this is it is like this glowing faced witch. I think this is super cool. Reminds me of kind of the old Jimmy, and I really have no complaints for this. I think it looks super great. Same thing with this big head Reaper. I think this might be like just a remake of something we saw at Target a few years ago. It was like a big-headed skull Reaper thing, except it lit up red. But I really like both of these things. Now, old Jimmy fans are going to be very excited about this one, I'm guessing, because what this looks to be, I'm not like a Jimmy expert or anything, but this looks to be a remake of the Shaking Spirits series. Now, like I said, I don't really know much about it, but just as a prop, this looks super cool. I'm super excited to see it. I think their lineup this year has been great so far, especially for like the new Lowe's, because last year's was pretty terrible, but I think they're definitely bouncing back this year. So now we're on to the tabletops. This is like, it looks like a fogging skull kind of tabletop thing. It's weird. It looks like the button's on the back, but I'm not too sure if that's the button. And I think it fogs out the nose, the eyes light up. It'll probably say something or make sounds. But yeah, just like the hanging props, I don't have any complaints on these. These look good. This next thing we have here looks to be some Reaper. I'm guessing it probably jumps at you or something. Like it's a really small kind of pop-up thing. It reminds me of something, but I can't tell what it is, if that makes any sense. Almost kind of, I mean, I'm sure you probably forgot about this prop if you even knew about it in the first place. But a few years ago, Home Depot had like a haunted chair where it was like a super small chair looking thing and it turned into a Reaper. Very strange prop, but it kind of reminds me of this in a way. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you don't, then I'm sorry. So here is the gargoyle that they have. I think this is just, I mean, it could be Jimmy, but this looks a lot like, I think it was Magic Power Gargoyle. Actually, it might have been Jimmy. I'm not sure the brand that made it, but yeah, we see a lot of gargoyle props. I definitely think this one looks cool. Actually, you know what? I think this is at Cracker Barrel this year because I remember seeing a gargoyle on the Cracker Barrel tour. But besides that, I think this does look really cool. I mean, I've always kind of liked gargoyles, so this is very great. Oh, also, I forgot I even had this in the roll, but here are just some better, like, quality images of the props. Here's the Toxic Zombie, which I think looks fantastic. Here is the Fogging Skull thing. Then this next thing looks really cool. It's a bear trap doorbell. I think it might be an eyeball doorbell. If it is, I don't even know what to say. This is just really funny, really creative. I like this a lot. And then this is a Days Till Halloween clock. I think this is super cool too. Kind of similar to something. But yeah, I really like this. So, in general, I think this has been a great year for Lowe's. I think the reason for that also is I'm guessing that they're trying to get back on Home Depot's level. Will that happen? I do not think so, unless they start getting a ton of SVI props, and even then, I don't think they'll get that big. But it seems like they just started, they never really kind of left Jimmy, and they kept getting the Jimmy props, while all the other stores started going from like Jimmy to brands like Seasonal Visions, Pan Asian Creations. But I am kind of happy because it is the one place you can go where it's mostly like all Jimmy props. However, Jimmy's just gotten so lazy in the recent years, but I think they might kind of bounce back. But they need to stop making props as cheap as possible, then selling them for more than their like old stuff. But I definitely still think that they could come back. And honestly, Lowe's has never really even been bad, even when they were selling the cheap new Jimmy props. It's just that last year was pretty terrible. But I have a lot of hope for this year. And, we might not be getting a Plague Doctor, but this is still very good instead. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and bye.